This is the largest auditorium of its kind in the world, where 20,000 people can face the same direction without any obstructed views. This is the top level, 6,500 seats, 6,500 on the middle level, and 8,000 on the bottom. The MCCUNE family joined the LDS Church in India in the 1860s, immigrated to the United States, and he became very wealthy as a railroad builder and in mining. And it was built in 1901 at the cost of $1 million. And they donated it to the church in 1919 or 1920. And we kept it as a music school and some BYU extension classes for a while. Then President Hinckley turned it back to the family who owns it now. They say it's the McCarthy family, I think.
So the original family still owns it?
I think they're part of the original MCCUNE family.
Oh wow! Do you guys get pretty busy on the weekends with like the tourists?
Yeah, we tour more than 200,000 a year. There's 3 shifts a day, takes about 30 people a shift. Last Saturday, we toured over 1,000. But we get people from all over the world. I've toured 10 couples from China. I toured a group of 20 from Ukraine and Russia. Yeah, I tell people, when Brigham Young led the pioneers here, there was no civilization at all. It was just
like
a few Native American tribes, a few trappers have been here. This temple was started in 1853. It took 40 years to build it.
It blows my mind. I actually just noticed yesterday when I was taking really close-up shots of it, the sun and the moon. The sun and the moon rotation. I'm assuming an annual rotation.
They say that there are some symbols there, but there's been different interpretation of them over the years. So
no one really knows. So
no.
It's just kind of.
Now the angel Moroni is 12.5 feet tall. I know that.
Oh, okay. So I thought he was supposed to be the same size as the one in the museum, but the museum is 10 feet, right?
I'm not sure.
That's really crazy though. It seems so much bigger.
I tell people that only active members of our church can attend a temple because we perform marriages. We also perform marriages and baptisms for our dead ancestors. That's why we're so involved in family history. President Hinckley wanted downtown to be upgraded. So we were able to purchase Main Street from the city with a lot of opposition and just turn it into this walkway. And then we owned a chain of department stores, ZCMI, and the main store was down here. He sold all of the ZCMIs to Macy's, and where this one was, they renovated that for the City Creek Center.
That's cool.
And President Hinckley got us out of all of our retail businesses. The church for many years owned a lot of, they owned banks and insurance companies and retail stores and the Hotel Utah. Mm-hmm. And they shut it down, and it's now the Joseph Smith Memorial Building. But our church has several tax-paying corporations, and there's about 3,000 full-time employees that work there.
Oh, really?
They keep up on technology, mostly for family history and broadcasting. And the LDS Church owns some of the biggest farms and ranches in the world. We had a 500,000 acre ranch adjacent to Disney World that produced 50,000 cattle a year, and they just bought another 500,000 acres.
Oh wow.
So the LDS Church is the largest landowner in the state of Florida, next to the federal government.
Interesting.
When Wilford Woodruff was president, Utah became a state in 1896, and polygamy was banned, and he had to give up 80% of Utah territory to the federal government.
How many percent?
80%.
Oh wow.
This temple was built with elevator shafts, shafts for heating and air conditioning, and shafts for lighting.
Still, it's just so great. Like, I feel like there's probably so much detail, because it took 40 years to build, so much detail that it's probably still maybe even undiscovered at this point.
Some people spent most of their life just chiseling one block.
It's so
They
crazy.
were brought out of the canyon with horse and wagons and raised up with giant winches.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but was there three like head foremen that took over like the building process? Like two of them ended up passing away, and then
I've heard a lot of those stories, but I get asked a lot, how much did it cost to build this building? And who was the general contractor? I know there were several, but to complete it in 3 years is just amazing.
yeah, I didn't know that. That's crazy.